Hello guys, this is going to be a commentary featuring free-for-all gameplay on the streets. This commentary is going to specifically focus around my thoughts on the next generation consoles, specifically the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720 or the Infinity. I'm not sure what Microsoft is going to officially call this console. So we know the specs in the PlayStation 4 is going to incorporate a octa-core or a 8-core CPU alongside what is known as a mid-range level desktop graphics processing unit. Um, Also, it's going to have 8 gigabytes of onboard system memory running at GDDR5 speeds. And if you don't know, GDDR5 speeds is normally found on the PCB of mid to high-end graphics cards due to their much more faster transfer rate capabilities over DDR3. So the fact that the PlayStation 4 is going to allow the system memory, so the entire system as well as the graphics processing unit can all access this giant system memory, which is GDDR5. It's going to be sort of interesting on how the games are going to be developed for this console. In terms of the graphics processing unit, the PlayStation 4, like I said before, incorporates a mid-range level graphics card. In the PC world, it's pretty much around the performance of a HD 7850. And if you watch my recent videos, specifically my PC related videos, you know that I used to own the 7850 and that graphics card pretty much was amazing. It ran anything I wanted, especially once you overclocked it. But being that this is a console, it's not going to be as fast as the PC counterpart. It's going to be heavily underclocked. I believe it's going to be running at 800 megahertz as opposed to the stock clock that the PC has of 860 megahertz, I think it was, and also you can overclock that thing way above that to like 1200 megahertz and above. So once again, the PlayStation 4 is somewhat 7850 equivalent. It's not going to be as fast as the PC 7850, and if you want to go even higher up, I own the 7970 now, and none of the next gen consoles are going to dream of coming close to performing at that level of performance at the the high-end graphics cards like the 7970 and the GTX 680 can offer. But being that these are consoles, as time progresses, the developers find out ways to better code and to better utilize the performance and the potential of these systems. You're going to be able to see that these consoles can still pump out relatively respectable graphics very much down the road, as opposed to like say for a high-end PC like mine. Say 5 years down the line, you're gonna have the PlayStation 4, playing all the latest games with relatively respectable graphics, while my 7970 is going to completely choke. And it's not because it's not as powerful; it's just because it's not as it's not really focused to really unleash its potentials. And in comparing the PC to the consoles, only thing they really have to run is the game, basically, and the PC has to take care of all the resources in the background, such as handling the operating system and all of the other various programs in the background which take up the resources. So so basically the next gen consoles are going to be relatively powerful. The Xbox 720 and the Infinity, I'm not entirely sure, but it is pretty much sort of rumored, or as probably even confirmed, that it's going to be slightly inferior to the PlayStation 4 in terms of its overall performance. It's somewhat similar to what this gen is now. The PlayStation 3 is a more powerful console than the Xbox 360, but in multiplayer games you really don't see the performance increase of the PlayStation 4 because of the fact that how they pretty much they make the game for the Xbox 360 first, and then they port it over to the PlayStation 3. So the PlayStation 3's capabilities are not really seen until you play like an exclusive title for the PlayStation 3, like God of War, The Last of Us, Killzone, where you can kind of really see the performance that the PlayStation 3 has to offer. So we'll be able to see in this E3 what the new Xbox has to offer. But in terms of whether I'm gonna get any of these systems, it really depends. And it depends primarily on if there's going to be a worthwhile exclusive title that has multiplayer, not just single player, but has a multiplayer that I can see the franchise. Maybe if there's a Gears of War 4, I'm not even sure if I'm still into the Halo franchise anymore because of how Halo 4 has turned out. But if there's a Gears of War 4, I might end up picking up another 720. If PlayStation has some, some epic exclusive that's multiplayer oriented that I really want to see that the PC's not gonna have, then I might end up picking up a PlayStation 4. But I want a multiplayer-oriented exclusive because of the longevity and the the overall fun factor, and having just a single-player only exclusive. I mean, to me, single-player games are fun and all, but their longevity obviously doesn't come anywhere close to a multiplayer game. So basically, all of my single-player multi-platform games that are going to be available for the next-gen consoles, as well as the PC, I'm going to be obviously playing it for the PC because the PC is going to offer me the best possible graphical and immersive experience. Because as powerful as the next-gen consoles are, like I said, they're not going to, take over the performance bracket that a true gaming PC can pretty much place itself in. So, in terms of what I think is going to be the best system, it really all depends what games fit you the most. Personally, I think I'm still going to get a 720 over the PlayStation 4. But if you guys found this commentary enjoyable or whatever, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Later.